So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Wilson in motion left. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Purdy. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another run with Sanders. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Mayfield off the play fake. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Purdy looking to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
He's got the first down and more. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And from his corner spot, that was James Bradbury on the defensive side. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Purdy. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Back to throw, Purdy. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Purdy from the gun. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now Purdy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
33 yards that time. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Mayfield now from the 50. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. He's got room at the 30. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Cade Otton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
2nd and 10. Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then. but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Purdy now to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 60 yards. And the Niners are an extra point away from evening this one up. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A give running left. It's Sanders. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down.
Oh, he sheds himself free. He's got room at the 30. He's still on his feet, and he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. Sanders will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Play action. Now Purdy. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw. Purdy. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Mayfield now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Purdy. He's going to, and the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Hey, alert 33. Run. What?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Hey, alert!
Now Mayfield. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield looks to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. That's complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Back to throw. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No act.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A
great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers would extend their lead here just before halftime. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being...
Here's a diving catch right side.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Throwing here, Purdy. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
McCaffrey is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
In motion left is Wilson.
Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Operating from the gun, Purdy. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets? A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
They go play action here. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Afitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Another run here with Sanders.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
To the sideline, And that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Alert, 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 alert. What's up?
Mayfield. He finds his man Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert?
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards.
Here's Purdy.
Buying time to his left. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They go with McCaffrey.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. He gets this one to Johnson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run with Sanders. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Purdy bootlegging it. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Play action. Now Purdy.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Yaya Diaby
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Purdy.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Purdy.
Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Purdy from the gun on third down. That's complete to Pearsall.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Here's Purdy to throw.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they know anything less than a touchdown here at this late stage is going to be no good. They were going for it all right there, but it was just too hard to adjust to that one in the air, and it winds up incomplete.
Purdy, big 4th down play. This one deep for Wilson.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Here's Purdy.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game.
This one all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mayfield to throw. Connecting with Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Here's Baker. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Purdy.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 94 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff here to Irving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Mayfield down. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the red column.
So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.